Have we started?
I think we have.
We've started. Guys, let's begin. The overture has begun. It is as thrilling and exuberant as the overture of Gypsy, which is in the poster behind me, the Bernadette version, obviously, because I am in New York City, about to make my off-Broadway debut.
All true.
We're
doing a remote... it's a cover, which I didn't know we were telling people.
Well, whatever. I don't know when that debut will be, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. But yes, that's why for the next 6 months, you will be seeing us in 2 different locations. But don't fret. We're going to still make the podcast. We're still going to make videos. 2 Gay Mats is not going anywhere. We're just, on different coasts. I feel like many a podcast, many a YouTube channel, I assume, do things from coast to coast. And we're just joining the ranks. As bi-coastal theater elites, I feel like it makes sense.
It's time. It's time to finally be in the upper echelon of podcasters and just never see each other ever again.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
I know. We're nothing but voices in each other's ears.
Oh, what a beautiful time.
Beautiful.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to 2 Gay Mats, the podcast. It's Matt Palmer.
And it's Matt Steele.
And we are back again another week. And as we told you in the intro, we are across the country from one another. Matt Steele has landed in New York City. He's preparing for his off-Broadway run. He is a cover in a shall not be named show that hopefully this time next week we'll be able to name.
I know, exactly. Because guys, if I was telling the people on the live stream, if you are gay and you like theater, this show has popped up on your algorithm. I'm positive.
Gives you a little hint, a little breadcrumb, a little Easter egg.
Little Nancy Drews and Harriet the Spies, trying to sleuth it out. Which one is it? What could it possibly be?
Well, I know what it is, so I was like, I have an idea, but I guess I know. But I won't say because it's not my news to share.
No, it's not.
But Matt Steele, will you tell the people how your travel's been? How's your week been? I haven't talked to you, on a podcast in a couple weeks now.
I know, because you were sick. And now I am across the country. So, I mean, today in itself was a fucking journey.
Really?
Because I flew into Newark, New Jersey yesterday. Well, first, the entire week was literally just trying to pack up the things in my apartment. Cause I'm trying to get a subletter and all that fun stuff.
Of course.
And, so I'm trying to pack up stuff from my closet and in my desk and everything and put all that stuff in storage, stuff that I'm not bringing with me to the Big Apple. And, I'm just I always think of myself as someone who doesn't collect too much, but God damn it, when you have to start packing boxes, packing up your entire closet, you're just I have so much shit that I need to throw away, but I won't. And I'm just so much stuff. I'm just I will throw this away when I get back and everything. I did, throw a little bit away, donated some stuff to Goodwill, but not as much as I wanted to, but whatever. It'll be fine. And just the cleaning, because I don't want to, and everyone's just why are you cleaning so much when you're just leaving? And I'm just I am not leaving behind a messy house for some possibly stranger to come into and make judgment on me and my cleaning skills. I don't want them to think oh, what kind of mother did this child have? This corner has dust in it.
I will say I agree with you, but I also have been there when you are quote unquote cleaning, and it is truly the most in-depth, this is an hours and hours long process. This is a person who's cleaning the top of his ceiling fans. So I will say there's probably a level of cleaning that I'm not reaching when I'm leaving my home, but I do agree with you. Even when I go on a trip, I'm the worst thing for me is coming back to a dirty house.
I know.
And Jackson, when we started living together, was why do you clean before we go on trips? I'm because I want to come back to a home that feels like it's ready for me to just sink back into it. And that's not even imagining people are going to be staying here while I'm away.
Yeah. And it's you don't want anything festering, because there, guys, no matter how clean you are, something in your living space is festering, and you don't want it to fester without you. Because if you catch it, when you see the festering start to happen, you can get rid of it, clean it away until it starts to fester again. I don't know. But still, being away, you feel so vulnerable and everything. So yeah, all the cleaning, all the fun stuff. My friend Laura is there right now. She's going to be there for a week. In the apartment, hanging out with Travis. And so that's very exciting. And so then I flew into Newark. I spent the night in Jersey, at home and everything. And then I came up today and drag my suitcase down to the West Village, which is where I'm staying for the next couple months, in my wonderful friend Megan's family's apartment. They're big musical theater fans, as you see. We have some Gypsy, we have some Andrew Lloyd Webber representation, Sondheim, and a little bit of Wicked. There's other posters all around me, so it's my kind of space, So I'm very excited.
You're in the right place.
But then, of course, first thing I was just how do I do my 2 Gay Mats setup? So I was okay, I'll put the computer here, and I'm gonna set the phone up here. Oh wait, I need a long extension cord to make sure my phone is charged because I'm recording all of this on my phone because we like high quality and we're not doing the webcam. And so it's like I need a cord long enough to charge my phone so it stays charged. I need to charge these 2 lights that we realized needed to get charged when we were doing the Sabrina Carpenter.
And we had some issues with that with the lights.
And it's just like, and every single thing has like a different type of plug. So I was like in Best Buy trying to get a thing with this type of plug. You know how there's like lightning and whatever. Like everything is different. And so I am just like, it's trying to figure all that out. What kind of cords do I need? And then where do I plug them in? How do I arrange this? And it's like, Matt Palmer, you did all of this. Like, it's like, this cord needs to go here. Oh, no, that won't work because this cord is going here. So I need to move this cord to here. And God, this is the most boring conversation ever that y'all are listening to on 2 Gay Mats. But it needs to be said because I was sweating today. Okay.
I don't think it's boring. As a person who does this every week for us and like it took a while to get this exact setup as it needs to be for the live streams, for the podcast recordings to sound and look good, I'm happy to see that like I have imparted enough wisdom on you just by osmosis that you were able to mostly get this together. I did hop on a little early and like help you out with a few final steps.
Thank you.
But you did a lot of this yourself. So I must say the audio engineering hat, I'm so glad that we both can wear it these days.
I am brave and resilient because I'm a New Yorker for a little bit.
I love that for you.
Matt Palmer, what did you do this week? I can tell you one thing you didn't do this week.
What did I not do?
I don't think you listened to my whole rant about Big Brother last week on the podcast.
I did.
Well, because at the end of the podcast, I said, Matt Palmer, if you listened to this whole thing, text me right now. And did I get a text message? I didn't.
I mean, I was listening while I was doing other things, like you know that I do. And like, of course, do my ears tune out a little bit when we're on to the Big Brother monologues? Yes. And I feel like there are lots of people that are listening to this podcast who agree with me and a lot that agree with you. There are people in the chat, people emailing us asking about Big Brother. But I do fall on the side of the line of like, okay, you were upset that Rachel, you know, was sent home in this twist way. This is such a travesty. People were upset. That was the thesis I got. And so I would like to confirm that I did listen to the podcast in full. And Matt Bridges, what a wonderful co-host you had.
And did you, because Matt
did such a great job.
Matt Bridges was just like, I understood it mostly. Did you understand it?
I mean, I think mostly. I mean, if the general sentiment was like you wanted to see Rachel either get evicted or, you know, not, or win the whole thing. And the way she left, she didn't even get to sit down with Julie Chen. Like, it just wasn't right. This isn't what the game is. This is not the challenge. This is Big Brother. It's about social strategy. Okay. That I got.
All right. You got the points. You probably got them from ChatGPT, though. You were just like, what did Matt Steele talk about on this week's 2 Gay Mats? And ChatGPT just gave you the bullet points.
ChatGPT would be like, who's Matt Steele? And I'd be like, you know what, I hear you.
All right. What did you do this week? Sorry.
What I did this week, if you didn't hear the podcast last week with Matt Bridges, I was not able to be a part of it because after our lovely time in New York City, our lovely live show, which thank you so much for anyone who came or watched the video of that or the VOD, the replay of that, actually, the video of that is up on our patreon.com if you're interested in seeing it. But yes, if you were able to experience it, it was such a lovely time. But also on the way back that flight, Jackson begins to not feel well. We're both wearing our masks, but he's like, oh, I'm really feeling sick and congested and I'm getting full body chills and like all of this. And I'm like, okay, that's not good. But we were thinking, okay, if it's COVID, at least I just got it in May. I imagine I am still in the window of like, you're not going to get this again because it has not been long enough since you've had it. And that was not the case because Thursday night, I'm like feeling like, oh, I've not gotten it. Jackson's been quarantining in his room or like in the guest room away from, you know, the primary. And I think I'm going to be okay. And then I start sneezing. And then I start like just getting a little bad feeling in the throat, chest area. And then on Friday, just out of an abundance of caution, I took that test and by golly, it was positive. And it was like, I just was here in May. How dare I have COVID again? And so it happened for me. The worst of it was over the weekend. But I will say, just like timing wise between, you know, the live show, Matt Steele moving to New York and, you know, me feeling like I have to prep you with technology beforehand, the Jade reaction video, which we were able to record separately and is up on Patreon now. And like my day job has gotten really busy recently. It just was not the ideal time to be sick. And so I just was like, I don't think I can do the podcast. But I, kept it doing my day job. We did the Jade thing. I did as much as I could. And luckily, I am already negative again. It wasn't the longest stretch. I am happy to be feeling healthy and feeling good. But I will say that I watched something that some would call classic television. I'm 2 seasons into a show that we will get to a little bit later. And it's not the show you're thinking of, Matt Steele. I'm sorry.
Are you kidding?
It's a show that... It's not Golden Girls, but it's a show that I knew you were going to think it was Golden Girls. But it is another classic show that people really love.
There are only 3 classic shows on this planet: Golden Girls, I Love Lucy, and Degrassi. Okay.
I don't think that would be my list of classic shows, but the show that I'm watching takes place in the 90s, and we'll be talking about it later in the episode. It's a show I had never seen. I am excited to talk about what I've seen and what I've gleaned from it. But yes, there was a lot of watching that show in the room alone. But now I am no longer sick, and Jackson's having a birthday party coming up on Saturday. And so there's a lot of prep work for that. Again, since my day job is busy and 2Gay Matt stuff, we just hired a caterer. There's going to be a taco man making the tacos while we're there. And we've also hired a trivia master who's going to come and lead everybody in a trivia game because Jackson loves trivia. It's also a big birthday for him. So I was like, let's just spend the money, because so often with the Traders Party, it's we're doing everything ourselves. It's so much prep work, so much to get food and just have a lovely night for everyone. I was like, some people just hire people to do this, and that's what I'm doing this time. And I think it's a good use of funds. It's all more expensive than I would like. I'm a penny pincher, but I think it is worth it.
I will. God, these last couple years, you have become the most domestic of gays, and I'm just it's just a taco truck. Oh, we're hiring a trivia person to come and make our party so much fun. It's look, oh my God.
I don't feel like it's fully domesticated, but we are. It's also it's half Jackson's birthday and half a housewarming, and so we just put up a bookshelf. Jackson is out there arranging it while watching the Emmys, which are happening now as we record it.
I know.
So thank you for, if you're on the live stream, thank you for watching while you watch the Emmys or watching instead. It's very kind.
Yeah, I watched the first hour of the Emmys before I popped on this, and they were fun so far. They were nice. I mean, yeah. They're doing sort of a running gag where the host is saying okay, guys, for these Emmys, I am donating $100,000 to the Boys and Girls Club of America. Each second that someone goes over their allotted 45-second speech, $1,000 gets deducted from the pool of money that's going to the Boys and Girls Club of America.
That's so funny.
So after each speech, they're showing the tally. And last I saw, they were on $74,000. So a bunch of money was taken out and everything. So
yikes.
Hopefully that's up by now.
I hope it's up by now. I saw some of the winners. I hope this is a spoiler alert if you have not seen who's won some Emmys. I saw that Jean Smart from Hacks won, Hannah Einbinder from Hacks won, Tramel Trillman from Severance won. I saw the studio won 2 things, one Seth Rogen, one for, I guess Seth Rogen won twice for directing. And that was just before we got started here. So I'm excited to see how it all shakes. Oh, and I saw Traders won Best Reality Competition. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I love that. Congratulations to Traders US. That was a great season. And hey, it's kind of like Danielle won an Emmy tonight.
Yeah, sure.
Kind of.
I mean, she was that season, girl. So
she did inspire a lot of conversation.
Oh, she
Good
did.
Or bad.
Hey, that's what Danielle Reyes does, ladies and gentlemen. She did it on season 3, and she did it on of Big Brother, and she did it on season 3 of Traders. Hey.
All right. Are we ready to jump into the news?
We must.
Okay, so the first thing is last week while you and Matt Bridges were recording the podcast, there was a different award show that was happening at the same time, and it was the MTV VMAs.
Oh, that's right.
That is right. And so, yes,
CBS's biggest night.
Which, the fact that this is on CBS, I know that we've probably already talked about the fact that it's on CBS, but it will never be okay with me. If you grew up when we grew up, the importance of the VMAs and them being on MTV as a flagship of oh, we're not your parents who watch CBS. We're with the youth. You got to find us on MTV, see Britney Spears doing something incredible every single year. And it just upset me, the fact that it's on CBS, I have to say.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's kind of just no one has cable anymore. So it's so hard to even watch MTV. So so few people are watching MTV. And few people, it's not CBS is as big as it once was either and everything, because nothing on TV is as big as it once was. But it's easier to get access to CBS live television than MTV live television, And as
true as it is, I'll never not be upset by it. And I hear you and I understand it, but just like, don't make me watch CBS. But luckily, I didn't watch it. But I did watch some of the performances after the fact. And I have to just shout out some people who I thought did an incredible job. Sabrina Carpenter, I think that was the best performance of hers I've ever seen. I think she did Tears and had a lot of drag queens. I think a lot of them were drag race queens, like from the show, and they were just incredible. I love that there was a little dance break, and also the rain falling down was very Britney, which like gives me a VMA feeling. And speaking of Britney, Morgan Wallen's friend, unfortunately, Tate McRae, fucking killed it. Like, she was great. She started with Revolving Door and then went into Sports Car, and it was like, God damn.
I mean, I hope that stage was wearing a condom, because if Tate McRae has an STI, that stage has it, because that is the sex that was happening on that stage. It was so hot and great.
That's the thing. It's like, this is for those of us who missed the Pussycat Dolls era of 2006, where everything was like, this is the sexiest pop music you're ever going to hear. I'm so glad Tate is bringing that to the stage. I just need her to disavow that man so I can like fully be like, you're iconic, because I still look at her and see him. I see that mustache little pitch, and it upsets me. But she, as a performer, you can't say
undeniable. I mean, like, the dancing she does is just incredible. And I mean, like, Sports Car, so great. Sports Car is such a good
Speaking of Pussycat Dolls, speaking of batons, like, that is a song.
I know.
Brilliant.
I know.
I'm trying to think. I also watched Ricky Martin's performance, and it's like, wow. You can still really move. You look incredible. I don't know what you're doing, but I love that you opened with Live and Love Vida Loca.
He looks
closed
so
with The Cup
good.
of Life. He looks incredible.
I know.
Like, better than, and the thing is, he was hot the whole time, but like, this is maybe the hottest version of him. And when he popped out with that white jacket on, I was like, that jacket's coming off. There's no way we're not seeing those like giant arms by the end of this performance. And I was happy to see it. Are there any other performers you'd like to talk about before I get into Mariah?
No, I just felt you wanted to talk about Mariah the whole time. I'm not going to say anything. Just talk about Mariah. Go. This is your moment. Look. I talked billions for about 20 minutes about Big Brother last podcast.
No,
spend 30 minutes talking about Mariah. Go.
And I'm telling you, that look was for the audience. It was for negative commenters, not for you, Matt Steele.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Unclear. I thought you were attacking me.
No, I'm not. You. Thank you for giving me the runway to just say.
You're welcome.
All of you motherfuckers out there who have said publicly or privately a bad word about Mariah Carey, we need to be respecting our legends while they're still here. This is an artist who has been in our lives for 35 years and is about to release another classic album on the 26th of September. And I get it. This is not like, oh, why isn't she dancing? Is an incredibly wild ask of Mariah Carey during any era of her career. But this is a woman who's in her 50s who, like, again, I am not a doctor, but from the outside looking in, she looked at points like she could be in pain. And like, if she comes out that she is suffering from something physical and you guys are out there making your funny TikToks about, why doesn't Mariah move her spine? Ha ha ha, XYZ. It's like, you're going to feel like the biggest piece of shit. And I will always remember how people talked about Whitney. And then the moment she wasn't with us, they were like, oh, she was the perfect person. And I just need us to be putting respect on Mariah Carey's name, a singer, a songwriter, a vocalist. And if you don't like her performances, don't fucking watch them. Because if you look on her Instagram right now and watch that clip of her singing a preview of Here For It All live, it is gorgeous, stunning, beautiful. It's like the fact that Mariah Carey is still releasing music that reminds me of Lead the Fucking Way. We need to be so accepting and so loving of what she's giving us. And like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. It's not funny. Like, whatever she is going through, which, like, I see what you see. I'm not going to argue like, oh, this is always how she's performed. No, I see what you see, but also she's given us so much. Leave her the fuck alone. Like, just leave her alone. If you have something negative to say about it, then you can't listen to All for Christmas Is You this year. All right, how about that? Bitch, shut up.
Wow.
Buy her album.
The movement I want to see Mariah Carey do is walking into the studio or occasionally moving her finger into her ear so she can hear herself and hit her whistles, or moving her quill pen, writing some big long words in her lyrics. Okay. That's the movement that we have always wanted to see Mariah Carey do. Okay. Like, people are like, oh, she's not moving. It's just like, she doesn't. No, that's not
she
what
doesn't move. That's not her thing.
That's Tate McRae. She does something different. Okay.
She does something different.
They're both worthy and wonderful. But like, Mariah Carey is a writer, a singer, a performing artist. She's the writer, the singer, the like recording artist. Okay.
And so many people, like Ariana Grande was not on that stage giving all her love to Mariah Carey for no fucking reason. Yeah. So there's like her inspirations are everywhere. And so I just need you to respect the catalog. Like she's up there singing a song that had just had its 30th year anniversary and people are still jumping out of their seats to sing Fantasy along with her. Like, don't discredit the legend. Okay?
Okay.
These are my feelings.
Beautiful. And it's good to express. It's good to express.
Thank you. This is why I had to do the podcast. And this is like you last week with Big Brother. I just had to yell at all these people who were talking shit because I can't take it.
You did it way more concisely.
Thank you so much. Sabrina Carpenter scores her second #1 album in the U.S. with Man's Best Friend. She sold over 366,000 units, 224,000 pure sales. This is 4,000 units more than Short and Sweet sold first week. Her star is obviously very big. She did that incredible performance on, the VMAs. I still really love House Tour. And I love that When Did You Get Hot is like going so fucking viral because those two songs are by far my favorites.
I know.
On the record.
Yeah, but When Did You Get Hot was absolutely like my top when we were reacting to it. But then like as time has gone on, and when I was editing the Sabrina Carpenter video, House Tour is so fucking good. It's incredible. So good.
It's so good. It's so fun. And it's like, yes, we've heard a lot of sex jokes from Sabrina, but if it works, it works. I was thrilled. I was giggling and I'm dancing. Like that is yes, you're right. I agree with you. I might be like tied for #1 for that album for me. I need to give the full album more listens because again, a lot of the sound didn't stick so much with me, but I'm open to hearing, I'm hoping other songs rise in the ranks like House Tour did. But on another note, we also even though there's going to be probably a YouTube video about this week coming up, we just need everyone to know, if you listen to this podcast and don't watch us on Patreon, Jade is a third of Little Mix. She is an artist who has gone solo and put out Angel of My Dreams. The fourth girl is no longer in the group, Jessie Nelson.
For a second, I was thinking there were 5. Sorry.
No, there were 4, and now there are 3. One of them is Jade Thirlwall. I believe her last name is. She's just Jade. One word like Beyonce on her music these days. And that album, when I'm telling you the things we want in an album, this has it all. The danciness, the lyrical, masterful writing, the fucking melodies are so undeniable top to bottom on that record. Like when we do those reactions and we edit those videos, so often it's like, okay, I've been listening to this, like while I'm trying to edit this for so long, I don't want to hear it again. I hopped in my car and started track 1.
I know.
That is one of my favorite albums of the entire year. And I liked Angel of My Dreams. I liked FUFN. Those were the singles I had heard. I had no idea she was going to be coming as hard as she was with that record. Top to bottom, it is so consistently excellent. I implore you, take a listen. That Showbiz Baby is the title of the album.
It's really fantastic, guys. And not to like spoil or any video we might put out, that's actually on our Patreon right now. If you want to go watch it right now, patreon.com/SingerMax. But it's truly everything you want in a pop album. It's just like, and not to mention like vocally, she's fantastic. The way she's like sort of like pushing the boundaries of like what a pop song can be while still also giving us like well-structured, like easy to listen to pop music. Like this is excellent. I have nothing but great things to say about it.
And we don't have great things to say about everything. So when we're telling you our truth, the truth. Listen to Jade as soon as you can.
Yeah.
Next up, I just want to say to all of the Hilary Duff fans out there, all of you who believed she'd never hop back into the studio, she said, "Why not?" Deal. She said, "Why not?" Exactly. She's signed a deal with Atlantic Records for her comeback to music, and she is also prepping a docuseries about said return to music. She is married to Matthew Coma, who is a singer, songwriter, producer, and so you'd always be like, why don't you just meet in the family room and start writing songs? Like, why has this not happened yet? And whenever she was asked about it, she would always be like, oh, I've done that. Like, I'm tired. I don't know if I want to at this stage in my life and my career. So I know the Hilary girls out there. Our friend Jimmy, who was at the live show, is one of the biggest Hilary Duffsters there is. So I know that he was, jumping out of his skin at this news. I just think it's exciting because, like, when was that last album she put out? I think it might have been 2015. Breathe In, Breathe Out.
Sparks. Then Sparks was on it. And the Tinder commercial music video or whatever that was.
And I think All About You I think it made that album, but it was like one of the pre-release singles for that album. And that is a great
Wasn't that just song, like a bonus track or something? Or
I think it, yes.
That was a great song.
It is. I think it might have like underperformed, and so they didn't push it as a real part. It was like the focus of the album, but it's like, no, this song is great. It needs to be included.
Let me tell you, I was living with Matt Palmer at the time, and Matt Palmer wore that song out. That day that song came out, he played it probably like 12,000 times. I think it was the first song that I ever, when I was living with you, that I ever like heard you just literally repeat in your room like more than 10 times in a row. And I was just like,
I mean,
okay, he really likes this song.
It's great. It's one of those songs, and I felt this way about like certain Avril Lavigne songs. So I'm like, if you were Taylor Swift at this very moment, this would be the biggest song in the world. Sure. And like, I get like, there's so much that goes into a career trajectory. It's hard to stay on top for as long as one would like to be, I guess. But like the greatness of the song shines through. It's like this song always, like I put in the category with Ugly Heart by GRL, another great song around that time. And I'm like, these are songs that should have been massive that like didn't get their just desserts. GRL did a little bit better, but just, yes, I'm excited to hear what Hilary's coming up with. It's been 10 years since her last record, and I can't wait to see what she's going to bring to the table.
Her and what's her husband's name?
Matthew Coma. Yeah. Another Matt.
We love a Matt. Not a gay Matt. Straight Matt.
No.
Well, I mean, I don't want to assume, but
we don't know.
He might have had a gay thought here relationship. Or there. He is an artist, I mean, so
he's an artist. And all artists are gay, really.
Artists dabble a little bit, even if it's just a little bit.
They do.
Come on, Matt, join us.
Yes. Well, no. You should, if you're happy in your family, stay there.
Stay there. We don't want Hilary to suddenly be like, "Oh no, I didn't know the whole time." And he was like, "Really, babe. My name is Matt, and I'm an artist." Okay.
Yes, I don't want that for her or for us. I don't want to put that on anybody. So we love everybody, and we love that Hilary Duff's making new music. I just need to shout out the fact that the iPhone 17 has been announced, and there was an Apple event. I love my Apple events that I was, of course, while I was working and doing things throughout the house, I was just watching and be like, oh, I love it. And I've already bought my Apple iPhone 17 because I had not gotten a new iPhone in 3 years, so I was doing an upgrade. And so I was like, yes, I'm going to get the orange one. I got a Pro Max, and it is 1 terabyte. And yes, it's orange.
Throwback to Nickelodeon days. It's like in the orange VHS, Harriet the Spy.
Yes. So I'm just very excited to get using it, to see how this camera looks. I just am an Apple person. If I can't bring myself to buy the Apple Vision Pros, at least I can get the new iPhone, and that will just scratch an itch for me. Yeah.
Want to hear a crazy story? Well, not like, it's not crazy. Like, it's not like, oh my God. It's like, it's not that huge, but like a sad story. My brother has had an iPhone 8 he's had this phone for like upwards of 10 years. And this entire time he was saving his iPhone 8 because he's like, when the next upgrade comes up, that's the one I'm going to like trade this phone in for like the iPhone 17 and everything. And so for like the past couple of years, like his phone has just been like screwing him over and like truly just like failing. And people are just like, you need to just like get the iPhone 16. It's fine. He's like, no, I told myself the next one. So he went to like Verizon. Well, he didn't.
They're not going to take that.
He like called or whatever, and thinking like he'd be able to get like at least like a bunch of money off. And they were just like, your phone is too old. It is worth nothing. And it's like, oh, Michael.
I know. He should have asked me about that. I would have told him, because essentially, if I had waited another round, they would have been like, I'll give you a little bit off, but not a lot. Like, I'm getting a lot off because it's within 3. But like, it needs to be like 8. They're not giving you anything for an 8. Yeah. You could just like, put that in a museum, I guess. But like, no one's buying it.
My brother has this historical artifact called an iPhone 8, and it has a home button, and it's incredible. Yeah. But it's worth absolutely nothing.
I will say the best thing about the Apple event for me was the AirPods Pro. And I think the AirPods I have will be able to do this too, but they're definitely coming out with new AirPods. And again, we're not AI girlies. We're not like pro AI, but I will say this is cool. There's now something with AI that you can put the AirPod Pros in your ears and like go to a different country, have people speak different languages to you, and the AirPods will translate it and like speak it in your ears while you're talking.
I was thinking you were. Oh wait, hold on. You like while you're wearing them.
No, the ears, the AirPods are like earbuds.
Okay,
These
so
are
they're just regular
in your
earbuds. When you were saying
Yes.
go to a different country, I was thinking like suddenly like you're transported to like the sounds of Tokyo or something. It's
No.
like, oh no, if you actually physically participate in society like you should,
Yes.
as opposed to just
Yes.
being stuck in your phone or whatever, you can also be a little bit stuck in your phone while you are out and about in society. Great. Okay. Clear.
Yes, no, this is like, but now if you're talking to someone in a different language, you can understand them because they will say something to you and it will just translate immediately into your ear. And if they have the AirPods too, you could speak back in English. And if they don't understand, they would hear it in their language. And it's like language barrier over, thanks to Apple.
You know, it sucks because I could have worn these at the restaurant where I like no longer work because I'm an off-Broadway actor. I could have like worn them. Well, I mean, I can't wear AirPods like as I'm working in a restaurant, but I could have gone back into the kitchen with these AirPods and like heard all the kitchen guys see if they're talking shit about me.
Exactly. Do you think they ever were?
Oh, you know, we would call each other like puto and everything, but like in a term of endearment. We all say, please, when you work at a restaurant, you say the nastiest shit to each other as a term of endearment. Okay, it's just like what you do.
Well, I love that for you. And I think it's exciting that you're going to not be working in a restaurant for at least 6 months. You'll be a full-time. You'll be a full-time actor and content creator. How does that feel?
It only took like 2 decades, but it was worth it, I guess. The last time I could have said I was because the longest stretch of being just like only acting as like my main paycheck was in 2010 after I booked a 3-month tour for a TheaterWorks USA show. Like that's how I got my equity card and everything. And it was just 3 months. Right. And it has been 15 years since that I've been able to say like, oh, my main source of income is now consistently through acting for at least a few months. So
look at that. That's pretty iconic, I gotta say.
Look at it. I'm so tired.
Look at that.
I'm so tired.
Some more updates for us. Taylor Frankie Paul is the next Bachelorette. This is a girl who has never been on The Bachelor, but she is, a divisive star on a reality show that I strangely can't get into, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. For some reason, these girls maybe are just too young, or like the Mormonism I find odd, and like they're all TikTokers, and it's just strange. But it just is going to show that like the regular network ABC like viewership has gone down so low that they're like, oh, we've got to find some way to get the eyes that are on this fucking off-brand Hulu reality show onto ABC. And the way they do that is they make the girl the Bachelorette. And then 2 of her castmates are going to be on Dancing with the Stars. So they're all in the Mormon Wives community. And it's wild. It's a choice. It's like, I hope this works, but she's definitely like a divisive and I think she's going to get a lot of viewership, but I do think it's going to be hard for the people who are just wanting to watch like, a fairy tale love story. Like she seems to have a lot of, fire within her. So we'll have to see how this all shakes out.
She like left the church and everything. I know this because they were talking about it on The View, which is back, baby. I'm so excited. It's been a long month without my girls, but they were talking about on The View how she like left the church, and so it's kind of controversial that like she's there and everything, and like on the show, and I mean, I wish her the best. I don't know her personally. I'm sure she's very nice. Mormons are always very nice. But the thing is, like, of the 2 gay Matts, which one of us would be on The Bachelor, Bachelorette, and which one of us would be on Dancing with the Stars? Because
you'd have to be on Dancing with the Stars. I can't do that.
But the thing is, you're not single. So
I'm not, but don't worry, they won't be casting a gay to be the lead of that show and date 12 men or whatever anytime soon.
No, but this is in the fantasy. Just play into the fantasy. Well, I guess in the fantasy, if you play into it, you could be single. But,
right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So you'd have to be on Dancing with the Stars because I can't. I'm not a dancer.
Yeah,
but much like Mariah, we have different gifts.
But the thing is, I can't turn. I can do tap. I need to be a type of dancing where my heels are on the ground. Like tap dancing, hip hop. Maybe some boogie woogie, I don't know, but like anything with turning, I can't do. That's why I've left New York, baby.
Well, good thing this is a straight off Broadway. I mean, I don't know if it's not a musical you're in. It's not because then you'd have to worry about not a musical. So yeah, it's a straight play. So I think you're doing the right thing, and I don't think either of us are going to get cast, unfortunately, for a myriad of reasons. It really sucks. It sucks for them because we'd be great TV.
I know, right? It's the people who are losing out.
Honestly. Speaking of great TV, Only Murders in the Building is back with its season 5 premiere. It's 3 episodes are out. I'm all caught up. And again, I love it. I just like, there's not even news in here except it's back and I love it. And this is also on Hulu, much like Those Mormon Wives. So once you get done watching Taylor Frankie Paul on The Bachelorette, just switch on over and watch Selena Gomez and friends on Only Murders in the Building.
Man, the way you sell this show. You love
It's
Only Murders
great.
in the Building. Like, you're like,
I
news
do.
for idiots. It's back.
I think that people should know it's a great show. It's just great. It's interesting. And your husband, Bobby Cannavale, is on it this season.
Oh, my baby. And also Martin Short, who's not like,
Yes.
he's like my acting inspiration. He's Meryl Streep's
Yeah.
husband, but like we're not allowed to know, but like we all know, girl. But so that's like 2 people who I love on the show.
Yes.
And I love Selena and
I
Steve
feel like-
Martin as well, but
Of course.
And Meryl,
Yes. No,
but-
I feel like when I watch what's the other guy's name? Not Steve Martin.
Martin Short.
Martin Short. When I watch him, I do think of you. I'm like,
Thank
this
you.
is what Matt Steele would do. This
my
is how
God.
Matt Steele would behave
You
in
have
this
no
scene.
clue. You have no clue what that means to me. Thank you.
I mean,
That's
it's the truth.
literally-
It always crosses my mind.
Literally my dream.
And speaking of your icons, Olivia Rodrigo has announced that her live album is going to be made available on December 5th. This is her live from Glastonbury set. It includes highlights from Sour and Guts and also 2 duets with The Cure's Robert Smith, Friday I'm in Love, and Just Like Heaven. Rodrigo and Smith have pledged 100% of their net proceeds from The Cure songs to Doctors Without Borders, which is very cool.
I love that. Olivia Rodrigo giving back to the people, not
Yes.
just musically, but also monetarily as well.
I hope she can give us something new musically. I would hope in early next year. I assume it's not coming this year if December 5th there's a
Sure.
live album. But like,
Sure.
let's do Q1 2026, a new Olivia Rodrigo album.
I think
like
that's
this,
solid.
we can't have a Chapel-esque wait. Between
and it'll be
Guts
2.5
and the next thing.
years since Guts and everything. I don't
Yes.
think she would be releasing like end of this year because like I think that's kind of monopolized by Taylor for the time being.
Yes.
And of course Mariah. So we're booked. But
Yes,
but Olivia,
booked and busy.
January, February, let's go.
We'd love to see you there.
Yeah.
Lastly, I think just of all the people that are leaving SNL, Ego Wodum also announced she was leaving this past week. And this comes after another favorite of mine, Heidi Gardner, announced she was leaving. I know Ego mostly from, I've seen the Lisa from Temecula video, obviously. And I also love when she's her stand-up character on Weekend Update. She'll come out and like tell really cheesy jokes and like she's amazing. I just think she's such an icon. I wish her and especially Heidi as well great things in the future. But yeah, I just think there was a big shakeup. I felt like for a week and a half there, it was like this person is leaving, this person is leaving, this person is leaving. Who knows who got fired and who's leaving? But I think both Heidi and Ego probably made the choice to leave. But I think they've just done incredible work. I'm not like a faithful SNL watcher, but anytime a sketch comes across my feed, that's from SNL and it features the 2 of them or one of the 2 of them, I will probably give it a watch because I love them.
Travis is friends with a guy who just got cast on SNL.
Really?
Yeah. A guy, I know he's a heterosexual. That's all I know. Hold on. I'm going to like look him up.
Look him up.
Guy, super adorable. He has like a little.
Have you met him? Has he been to your apartment?
No. I don't think he and Travis have seen each other for a little while, but like Travis did like a sketch that like he was in.
Wow.
Meet the new cast of SNL, blah, 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 blah. You know what? I can probably say the name over the break. Because
Okay, yes,
I'm
it's
just
okay.
scrolling through people now, but stay tuned to find out who I might be 3 degrees of separation from, like on SNL.
And it's so hard because so many new people are joining because so many people were leaving. So it's a big shakeup. Apparently,
I got it.
do you have the name? What's the name?
I got it. Jeremy Culhane.
Hi, Jeremy. You're invited to
Hi, Jeremy.
be on. You're invited to be on the podcast, especially that Matt Steele is now your neighbor in New York City. So
That is
we'd
true.
love to hang out with a straight SNL cast member.
I'm gonna like reach out to him and be like, "Hi, I know Travis. Do you want to be on my podcast?" And he'll be like, "What the fuck?"
You never know. It could work.
could
Stranger
work.
things have happened.
It could work.
I'm still waiting. I know you talked about this last week, but the fact that Mariah went on Kai Cenat and has not been on 2 Gay Mats. This is literally mostly a promotional vehicle for Mariah Carey's Here for It All album. And I'd love if she was a part of the promotion.
I know. Did you see he put her in a rolling office chair? Rude.
I saw it. And she sang in front of them. I know,
but I also love
just a
that.
lot.
I don't know when it was, but they were like, "Can you give like any like words of wisdom or whatever?" And she was just like, "Okay." And she said, "Oh God, I don't even remember what she said." She was just like, she was just like, well, I want everyone to like believe in yourself and never let anybody get, and they played like dramatic music behind her and she was like, never let anybody get you down. And like all these straight guys just like round of applause, like, yeah, oh yeah, man, yeah, incredible, yeah. And it's like, if you think that's incredible, wait till you hear her incredible music, guys, gentlemen.
Honestly, listen to the song Here for It All, the parts that I've heard. Listen to Can't Take That Away From Me if you want something inspirational. Don't ask her and put her on the spot and give you something. She's written a lot. Go listen to it. Go listen to Hero and get back to us. Children. Okay, the last news story this week. I don't really want to say this person's name, but
it was a rough week. It was a
rough week. A right-wing influencer lost his life. We here at Two Gay Mats believe in gun control and believe that this highlights a problem of gun control. I believe this person would not have agreed with us on that front. I've read quotes from this person where he is, during his life, was comparing black women and saying no black women had the same processing power as white people. I have seen quotes of him saying that gay people were a disease, that, women having access to abortion was worse than the Holocaust. So, of course, no one should be killed in public. That is not something we want. There was also a high school shooting that happened this past week. Gun control, common sense gun laws are so very needed in America. But one thing that has been grinding my gears is the reimagining of this person, because I guess people feel the need to say something kind or to mourn someone who in life said these quotes. The thing is, like, I'm not celebrating anyone's death, but I'm also not going to pretend this person's a martyr. I saw people, I think just not people I knew in real life, thank goodness, but like comparing this person to Martin Luther King Jr. And it's like, oh, he actually said Martin Luther King Jr. was a bad guy. He thought the 1964 Civil Rights Act was a bad idea. Like, let's just go with the facts. And if speaking ill of the dead is me just quoting or referencing things he has said, maybe this is the person he was, or at least showed us to be. And saying that is not saying, oh, this was what should have happened, I'm celebrating XYZ. It's saying, let's call a thing what it is. Let's say what it is. Let's talk about who he actually was if we're going to be talking about him for all this fucking time. And like putting flags at half-mast that Trump is asking us to do for this person who said all of those things that were just said. It's disgusting. It's disheartening. I don't know how we get here, but it highlights we do need gun control in America. Common sense gun laws are things we need. No high schooler, no one on a campus should be in danger of being killed. And that goes for him, even though he was the person who said that, if we want the Second Amendment, gun deaths are just going to happen. I don't believe we have to live like that. I don't think he should have died in that way. I don't think those high schoolers this past week should have died in that way. And that's my feeling. Yeah.
I mean, I know how we got here. We got here in 2015 and 2016 when Trumpism entered America, I guess, because it's just sort of made everyone truly insane. And now, because of it, there is political violence that is happening and should not be happening. No one should ever be murdered. And it's just so disheartening to see just the rhetoric that Trumpism has brought into the fray for the last 10 years. And it all has just been leading to like platforming these people who now feel emboldened and empowered to say this type of stuff. And, there's all these conspiracy theories that are horrifying and all these speculation about like the person who they apprehended, who they believe did it, the suspect and everything. And like, we don't know truly like what is true now. So like, there's not much that we can say. But just like all of this discourse that has been happening for the last 10 years is because of one fucking person. And that is Donald Trump. And the thing is, like, that is what his presidency, both terms, has brought us. And that proves that he is a absolutely horrendous president. The president is supposed to be a uniting figure. The president is supposed to speak on behalf of the people in the country. The president is supposed to calm things down, to be the voice of the American people, to truly like be the figurehead of the American people, the mascot, if you were to call it, of the American people, to represent the American people well. And he is not doing it. He is incapable of doing it, regardless regardless of how you feel about XYZ policy issue and blah, 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 he is incapable of doing like one of the truly, truly major things a president needs to do, and that is unite the people to keep order in society and everything. And he has actively not done that. He can't do that. He has only his presence alone has stoked so much violence, so much vitriol, and he's only stoking it more. He stoked it immediately after this, and like by just like accusing, well, it's the Democrats that did it. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like
what are you
like
talking
he
about?
is actively trying to incite some sort of violence, or then people like on the right calling for like a civil war, and it's like, what the fuck are you all doing? Like, this is all horrifying, and it's just, it's, you know, like nothing like this should ever happen, like regardless of who it is and everything. And, you know, it's all just such a sad, devastating situation. It makes me sad that this happened, but it also makes me sad that this man lived his life the way he did, spreading the messages that he spread and emboldening other people, that, you know, and everything. But, you know, it's sad that, like, you know, this 1-year-old and 3-year-old also have to grow up without a father because this man chose to like shoot this other man who lived his life the way he, like, it's all just so devastating and sad, and I'm sick of it.
I'm sick of it too. It's taking up a lot of air in the conversation. I feel like we did need to touch on it. I think we need to release the Epstein files. But is there anything else you would like to say on this subject, or anything else for News for Idiots before we take our quick break?
I don't believe so.
All right, great. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more 2 Gay Mats, the podcast. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, now we're back.
Great. We are back.
Guys, sometimes you just got to start with a 3, 2, 1, but you don't want to.
Yes, it's like we got to do it. Now we're apart from one another. We got to make sure things are in sync.
Yeah, but what else do the people need to do, Matt Palmer?
Guys, thank you so much for listening to and or watching the podcast. If you enjoy us, please make sure to go to your Apple Podcast or Spotify and leave us a 5-star rating and or review. That would help us so much. We want to make sure that the podcast is seen and heard by as many eyes and ears as possible. So do that. And also go to our Patreon. Become a patron. Go to patreon.com/2gaymats, where you can get extra bonus content from us on the regular. You can join the Discord, meet friends you haven't met yet. We, as we mentioned, just did a reaction to Jade's album, That Showbiz Baby. That's up exclusively in full on the Patreon now. It's a great place to be.
It's the best place to be.
Yes. And Matt Steele, what section of the podcast are we in?
We are on Email My Heart. This is the section of the podcast where we answer any questions that you guys might have. You can be a part of Email My Heart if you email us at 2gaymats@gmail.com. 2 is spelled TWO. We got an email from Euro Cheese. We were just saying
Euro Cheese,
how much we love cheese from any continent.
We do.
Any cheese you want, but we especially love Euro Cheese because they, you know, love us back. Euro Cheese says, I thought it might be fun, since the Grammy window closed, to ask what you would nominate for album and song if you ran the Grammys, and who your winners would be. Mine meaning Euro Cheese, would be album. They said, I think Jade missed the window, but album, it would be Earthly Delights by David Archuleta, Ego Death at a Bachelorette Party by Haley Williams, Mayhem by Lady Gaga with a little star saying that's the winner, Something Beautiful by Miley Cyrus, and Wicked, which is a poster that's right behind me as well. And also, like, that would be interesting if the Wicked movie soundtrack got nominated for Album of the Year, even though it's like an album of songs we all know.
Yes.
Because there's already the original Broadway cast recording, but okay. And Euro Cheese for Song of the Year picks Abracadabra by Lady Gaga with a star next to it as the winner. Can I Call You by David Archuleta, Fuck You For Now by Jade, Replay by Cynthia Erivo, and Vanish Into You by Lady Gaga. All right, too late. But was Vanish Into You a single?
I don't think it's been a single yet.
So
I don't know
if that qualifies.
Sometimes it happens. Sometimes album tracks get nominated. I don't think it has to have been a single to get nominated there.
Okay.
So for me, I don't know that I have a full list of nominees for you, but I would say my winner is Mayhem as far as the album goes, because Jade missed the window. And I would say I would also nominate Lorde for Virgin. That is my second favorite album of this year so far. I very much enjoy it. I also would put Flow's Access All Areas on that list. I believe that is within the window because it came out last fall. Maybe Wicked, the soundtrack, could be cute to put there. I'm looking at like my recently downloaded albums. Unfortunately, Vertigo missed the window by Griff, but I do love that album a lot. But I do think for me, as far as pop music goes, Mayhem is the one in that album release window that like I think should win. I think it's so good through Shadow of a Man. And that last part is fine. But like from the beginning,
the last
through
part
Shadow of
has
Man,
a big hit on it. Big hit in that
does.
last part.
And so that's good to have hits.
Yes.
But those first 12 tracks, I think, are such heavy hitters to the point where I'm like, she just re-released Mayhem essentially and added the Dead Dance and the 2 bonus tracks, Kill for Love and Can't Stop the High, I think the other one's called, onto streaming. And I have not been able to get into the new order just because I'm so used to my original version. Order, right? And I love those songs. I think the Dead Dance is fine, but the 2 bonus tracks on the original version I think are great, but I just haven't gotten used to that track list yet. So I'm going to need more listens. But those first 12 on the OG version I think are so iconic.
Yeah, I think it's Gaga's year. I mean, it's sort of like her big like pop, like real comeback.
Yes.
It's a chance to honor Lady Gaga with an album of the year for like a genuinely great album.
Yes.
And it's just, and I think that's so beautiful for just like a no frills pop album. By like Lady Gaga, like that, it could win album of the year. Like we're not reinventing the wheel with this album. It's just the quality of materials, like so solid and so good, and like so well done. And so I think that would be wonderful. Yeah, I would say like Mayhem, Virgin. I mean, like Kesha's new album is great, guys. Period.
It is great. It is
like, great. And just like those bonus tracks for semicolon. What's it called?
Yeah, semicolon, ellipses.
Ellipses. Sorry.
Yes.
Period. Yes. Song of the year. Interesting. No record of the year. Choices by Eurocheese.
I also would put, and as far as song of the year or record of the year in the conversation, Twilight Zone by Ariana Grande. I feel like I liked it initially, I think more than you did, but like that's a song that every time I listen to it, I like it more and more. I feel like those additions to that deluxe edition are so excellent in Twilight Zone and Dandelion and Hampstead. Like there are so many great ones, but I think if we're going for like what the single was, Twilight Zone would be a great contender.
I know. That is Twilight Zone. When I first heard it like on the 2 Game Ads, I was kind of just like, oh yeah, nice. Bonus track, nice and everything. But as time has gone on, I'm just like, this is beautiful. Like this is wonderful. And I'm so sorry that I did not give that song the credit that it deserved at the time. But Ariana, I have come around. I have seen the error of my ways and I apologize profusely and I will be streaming it. As
you should.
I mean, I don't know if like, okay, I would, because here's the thing. Abracadabra for me, like would probably be my choice for like record of the year. And fuck it, give it song as well. But also like for record of the year and like fuck it, why not song? Come on, Boy Crazy is just it's just what I've been listening to nonstop by Kesha. Great. Guys, it would be insane if it got nominated for song of the year.
100%.
But like record of the year, let's do it. I mean,
okay.
But fuck it, also give it song. Like I mean that pre-chorus of just let's party. Yes.
I mean, I don't know if it's going to happen, but again, this is our Grammys. This is our award show. We can make the nominees. We can make the winners what we want it to be. But yeah, I will say I'm more excited for music as it's going along this upcoming Grammy season because, we're going to get that new Taylor. We're getting new Mariah. And again, I'm sorry to keep talking about Jade, but that album is really great.
It's fantastic.
If Olivia Rodrigo wants to put something out. Oh, and maybe The Subway by Chappell Roan I could see in the conversation for record or song of the year.
I would see that in both, yeah.
Right? And I would love if Chappell put out a long form thing in the next Grammy window, but she kind of warned us she wasn't going to do that. So unless she just wants us to like get off her back and let her create and she'll put it out, that year and it'll be fine. I will take her at her word and say it's not coming. So.
Yeah, at least she gave us a warning instead of just like teasing us like Rihanna or like Christina Aguilera. Just like, yeah, it's coming. It's in the works and everything.
Oh my God.
Chappell's just like, no, it's not coming.
Rihanna the other week was celebrating 20 years of her music, which like really should be 10 years, whatever. But like she updated her like Twitter and her Instagram with all the name of her albums and people were like, oh my God, is she coming back? Is she coming back? And it's like, no, but I'm dropping some new merch to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Music of the Sun. I was like, oh, your worst album? Great. Like, no, people don't want that from you.
I mean, sometimes it feels like kids love merch more than they love actual music these days.
Ooh!
So,
wow, Matt Steele's talking to y'all. He ain't talking to me. So
listen, I'm just talking to, it's like sometimes I'm just like, do you love this album or do you just love that you can buy more things?
Oh my God. Okay, let's move on.
It's a question to ask.
Do we have another question or are we moving to Travis Tracks or?
I don't believe we have another question. I mean, I can totally check, but it's on my phone and I can't access my phone right now because it's recording my face.
Of course. We're doing great.
But if you did send us a question, it's on the back burner. I'll check
yes, exactly.
on the back burner.
Don't fret.
Yes.
Do you want to do 2 gay minutes or do you want to do Travis tracks first?
I feel like we usually do 2 gay minutes first, or do we do Travis tracks? Oh, we don't even know our own schedule. Okay,
we haven't done this, the 2 of us, not live on stage in like 3 weeks, so it's been a minute.
Yes, exactly. So I need to read this from my computer now because, as we know, my phone. But.
Okay.
This is 2 gay minutes. This is the section of the podcast where one of the Matts rambles about something the other Matt doesn't give a shit about for 2 minutes and 2 minutes only. And mine is going to be about Big Brother.
Big shock. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
It gives me no pleasure to admit that while the chain of safety and competition that got Rachel out is completely bullshit and should never under any circumstance be done again, however, the episode that showed it was fucking great. Just because it showed the messiness of how it went down with Ava being dramatic and how she didn't like Rachel aggressively volunteering to go up, and also jump-starting the story of the complications of the Vince, Lauren, Morgan plotline. That's actually really interesting. But let's talk about Lauren's HOH week, which was kind of uneventful as expected. She was petrified to do anything, tried to get Morgan out. Morgan won the veto. She tried to get Keanu out by nominating him in her place, and of course done in such a whisper that you heard the ambient noise room tone because they had to raise the volume up on her microphone so much. Keanu won Blockbuster, the Big Brother, the Blockbuster. Big Brother, please, the Blockbuster should not be lasting this long. This is ridiculous. Anyway, context. Vince and Morgan have been cuddling for weeks. They hug for hours at a time, stroke each other, sleep together, tell each other they love each other, and hold hands as he grazes her fingers with his lips. Problem is, Vince has a girlfriend of 7 years. Everyone in the house is like, but they're just like, what? We're just friends. Vince is HOH. He wants Ava out for no reason. Morgan won the veto. She wants to use the veto on Ava to force Vince to put up Lauren, but Lauren is Vince's number 2, and Morgan has been grilling Vince all week. You're protecting her. You care about her more than me. And Vince is like, that's not true. I don't care about anyone more than you.
45 seconds.
He's threatening to put Ashley up instead of Lauren if Morgan does use the veto. It's a thrilling love triangle that doesn't actually have any love in it. I want Morgan to use the veto and have Vince put up Lauren, but I also want Vince to lie and say, sure, I'll put up Lauren, but then put up Ashley. I'm dying to see which person gets what they want. It's controversial to say, but I love Vince as a character, and I love the discourse in trying to figure out if he's actually playing a great game or a horrible game.
20
Time
seconds.
will tell. And yeah, oh my God, that's all I wrote.
That's all you have? Great. That's enough. Don't just make it up. No, you got it.
Great. Okay, yeah.
I will say that? I got less of that than last week, I will admit. Because when it's not about Rachel, these other names have not really stuck for me, like Vince, Lauren, Ava. Could be anyone, you know?
Well, they could if you watched the show and like cared about the things that I care about.
Well, oh well.
That's why it's 2 gay minutes, guys.
Absolutely, it is why.
Do you have anything for 2 gay minutes?
No, I don't.
Okay, good, because I can't use my phone, so I would have to find a timer on my computer.
Beautiful.
Yes. Okay.
Should we go to Travis Tracks?
Travis Tracks. This is where I go through the playlist that I made for my roommate because he doesn't know anything about pop music, and we're going song by song, a song a day, and he gives me his impression and first reviews and reactions to each song. Okay.
Can't wait.
We are on to 2011, and we are on Edge of Glory by Lady Gaga.
Travis, come the fuck on. You have to like this song.
Travis has historically struggled with Lady Gaga, ladies and gentlemen, but Travis says, okay, I may actually like this one.
Thank God.
I like the instrumental part, whatever that instrument is. Travis, it's a saxophone. Like, what do you mean, whatever that instrument is? It's a fucking saxophone. And he says, I actually felt something when listening to this one. She did it. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Right.
Listen, we'll take this. We'll take it.
Yes.
Don't say she did it. It's like, yes, she was Lady Gaga. She was doing it. She was.
By the time this song came out, she had done it. All right.
She had done it. Exactly. So, but you know what? We love growth. We love when people grow.
Yes.
For Britney Spears' I Want to Go, he literally just says, obviously love, sex.
Does he know it? Did he know it beforehand?
I don't know. I didn't ask him that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Next is We Found Love by Miss Rihanna.
I mean, come on.
Travis says, totally fine song, but some reason I feel like I have a negative/weird association with it. Not sure why. Not her fault at all. This is on me. It is on you, Travis.
It is on you. That's got to be personal because We Found Love is perfect.
Yeah, and you need to work this out with whatever fucking therapist you go to because We Found Love is completely innocent in this.
Innocent
situation.
And brilliant. It's both hands.
Yeah,
yes.
It's truly a song. It's truly like her best song. Like I don't know. So then he gets on to Kelly Clarkson's Stronger, and he says, solid, very catchy. I feel like this song very much had a moment, which is, about what you can say.
That's about what I
Stronger.
would say to Stronger. Yeah, which I'm like, this song is fine. But it was a big hit, and I love that it was a big hit because I love Kelly.
Yeah, it was a giant hit, so that's why I included it. So now we are on to Taylor Swift's Red.
Oh.
Starts with State of Grace.
Oh!
And all
Brilliant.
Travis has to say is lovely.
Yes, he's
Well,
right.
you know what?
One word. I'll take the one word if it's positive.
I know. And then I promptly sent him the Spotify of the acoustic version because I'm like, if you think that was lovely, listen to this.
Yes.
Next song, I Knew You Were Trouble. He says, great. I also feel like this song very much had a moment in culture.
Yes.
Very much. It is great.
Very, very much it did.
Yes.
What was he doing at this time? Because he's at this point, he's like old enough. Like, what was he up to?
He was about to graduate college, so maybe he was like distracted by like education or some shit. I don't know.
Can't imagine.
I know. What a fucking nerd. Anyway. Now, but ladies and gentlemen, we are on to All Too Well
Of course.
by Miss Taylor Swift.
I'm so nervous.
Solid. Very nice. Perhaps a bit too melancholy for me to listen to again.
Bitch.
But-
that is.
But well done.
I mean, he's literally talking about the best song in her catalog, and so it's hard to just hear solid and like give it what sounds like a B+ review when it's truly a masterpiece in all iterations.
Can you imagine listening to Taylor Swift's All Too Well and going solid?
No, never once would I do that.
Well, he had to do it again because, of course, I gave him All Too Well 10-minute version.
Yes.
And I gave
How do
him
you feel
the
about this
lore.
one?
I had to explain to him the lore of Taylor's versions and blah, 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 blah.
Did you explain Jake Gyllenhaal too?
Of course I did. Are you kidding me?
Okay, good.
Please. What do you take me for? Jesus Christ. He says, honestly, this is great and very intriguing. I was a little bit okay with what's going on so what does he say? I was a little bit like, okay, what's this going to be? But the lyrics kept me engaged. So many specific details. I get how people like the mystery of her.
Okay, all right. I'm glad that it made him understand a bit more, even though I didn't need the 10-minute version to really appreciate All Too Well.
Sure.
I'm glad he got closer to fully appreciating it the way he should.
But the fucking public needed the 10-minute version to appreciate All Too Well because it didn't become a hit until the 10-minute version came out. But
Well, to quote you from 10 minutes ago, it wasn't a single. So whatever they needed.
fair. Listen, whatever we can do to get 10 All Too Well the flowers it deserves, then we are
Absolutely.
good. Yeah. So Matt Palmer, do you have a giving me moments?
I do. So as I might have teased and Easter egged earlier on in the podcast, I have been watching a show for the first time that is set in New York. It's from the 90s. It's a show that I'd never seen before. And that show is a show entitled Sex and the City.
Oh, shit. You've become a full-fledged homosexual, haven't you?
I feel like something about like the fervor and the fury around the end of And Just Like That, and the fact that people are like, you've essentially murdered these characters and made something so disgusting of what was so sacred to us. I was like, why were they so sacred? Like, where did this all start? I had seen at least the first movie. I might have seen both of the movies, but I had never watched the show before. And I will say, as I'm watching it more and more, I'm getting more into it. I feel like, I was talking to Janie. She's a big Sex and the City fan. She grew up with it. And she was like, I honestly, in my rewatch, I start with season 3. So the fact that you're starting at the beginning, I haven't seen season 1 in years. And I was like, okay, season 1 is a little awkward. There's a lot more Sarah Jessica Parker like looking at the camera and like giving a confessional while like in the middle of a scene. And that really took me out for a while. But like that has since stopped. I've gotten to the end of season 2. And it's really starting to find its groove. I will say the first episode that I found to be excellent was like, I think episode 8 of season 1. And this was when their friend who like used to be a party girl moved to the suburbs of New York and like had a baby. And they all go and like at the baby shower. And Charlotte, who I always assumed I was most like, she is Kristen Davis's character. She is like the most like prim and proper kind of prude of all of them. I was like, oh, that's kind of me. And like wanted to get married and like wanted to fall in love. And like some of the shit she would say, I'd be like, bitch, are you serious? Like you are too old to be thinking
you are
this.
not. You are not.
I'm not.
And
I'm
I truly have never seen Sex and the City except for like the second movie, I think. But like, I know you thought you were a fucking Charlotte.
I thought because she was like kind of Pollyanna and believing in love, but she's like,
Baby girl.
Look, I love everyone, and maybe this is the gay experience coming out, but like she was more open to having a threesome, like had imaginations of having that because some guy wanted it and couldn't give this guy a blowjob, like a different. I'm like, if you don't give that man a damn blowjob, like she ended the relationship. And I'm like, I get it. It was a different time. And also it's your body, your choice. Absolutely. And I'm a person, I talked about this unrelated, but like in New York with some friends, I am a person that feels in these heterosexual relationships, don't be a DJ Khaled. If you're a person who's like, oh, I would never return the favor, then that person does not deserve a blowjob. Absolutely. But like in all other scenarios, I'm like, I guess the argument for them was like, it's more intimate, more personal than like penetrative sex, whatever. Long story short, there's a lot of intrigue in the show. It's obviously very sex forward. It's the 90s. There are lots of points of views happening. Samantha's just a fucking icon. Like, and looking back on it, it's like, there's no way to watch the show and think, oh, Samantha's so bawdy and crazy. It's just like, she's just like, oh, I just like have sex with guys and I'm not looking for something serious and it's fun. And everyone's like, how could you be this way?
I know. The fact that at the time they were just like, oh my God, this character is crazy.
It's just like she seems almost normal, like, but we've gotten to a point where like the episodes are so lovely. And I will say Miranda, I like a lot, and she, you know, is definitely like kind of more the type A, like kind of like I'm a career woman, all these men are trash. But she just met Steve kind of recently, who I know in the future they wind up together. Spoiler alert. But he was a bartender versus her lawyer, and like he didn't have the money to buy the suit to go to an event with her, and so he was like, I feel like you should be with someone who's more wealthy, someone who's more like made more of himself than I have. And I'm like, oh no, Steve was so lovely, and I'm so in love and I so care about their relationship. And I must say, for the central couple to be Carey and Big, I'm like, I do not understand the appeal of Big. I don't think he's that hot. I don't think he's interesting. He strings her along all the time. He just popped up at the end of season 2 after they'd gotten back together because initially she was like, I don't think I can be with you if you never want to get married again. I want to be with someone who wants to get married. She dumps him, spends 8 episodes trying to get over to him just to get back together with him. And then on episode 12 of the season, he's like, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you I'm moving to Paris like next week. And she's like, what? And it's like, this man is awful and he treats you terribly. Like, why is he your number one pick? I don't understand the appeal of this man.
I have to say, I actually, thinking back, I have seen a couple episodes of Sex and the City. A bunch of like my girlfriends from high school, before they went off to college, they had like a slumber party where they watched like Sex and the City movies, the episodes and everything. And I forget why I didn't do it. Like, I think I had to do something the next morning or whatever, but I like went that night and I like hung out and everything. And we were watching Sex and the City episodes, and they had all already seen like a bunch of Sex and the City episodes. And I remember sitting there watching it, and I think they were watching season 1 or season 2. And I remember like looking at Big and being like, so we hate him, right? Like,
right?
We hate him, right? And every single one of my girlfriends was just like, no, we love him. We love Big. Even like,
I don't understand
the friends who were like a little more just like rah, fuck men. Like, we're just like, no, we love Big. I'm just like, what is the appeal? Like, it seems like he's treating her like fucking shit. I don't remember what he did, because this was 20 years ago. But like,
I promise you, your 20-year-old self was absolutely right, because he is nothing but an asshole, strings her along all of the time. She's so cool and interesting and like has a sex columnist that's like in the papers and stuff. And he like can't even show up she's on the side of a bus. And she's like, oh, will you come with my friends? I'm like, the bus is coming this way. You can see my ad on the side of the bus. He's like, oh, I don't think I can make it. He just like doesn't like. I think maybe that aloofness is attractive to some people. It has never been attractive to me. You need to act like you care about me. Like, I'm not into the chase thing. So clearly I'm invested, but I'm just excited. Honestly, she's dumped Big and it seems like it'll be for a longer time because he moved to Paris. So I'm just, anytime the episode starts and it's like guest star Chris Noth, I'm like, ugh. But I think he's gonna be gone for a while. But I will say, I just watched the episode with John Bon Jovi was like the cameo guest star, like boyfriend of the week for Carey, and I was like. The fact that obviously I knew conceptually that Bon Jovi is like an attractive guy. He was so hot. I was like, oh my God, John Bon Jovi, who knew?
Yeah, girl. But the thing is with Big, to go back to him, I love how like I suddenly hate him.
I hate him.
I've, like,
No, you are absolutely right to hate him.
I just remember like initial response and seeing how he talked to her for like 5 seconds. I was like, fuck this. And like then in the first movie, he literally leaves her at the altar. And
I do remember
like,
that.
And fuck, so it's like, okay, yeah, he sucks, but then they eventually get back together for And Just Like That and everything. And what does he do then? He fucking ups and dies.
Well, that's not his fault.
He can't even stay with her. He can't even he lets her down all the time.
I know. Big's a letdown.
Take your heart medication, Big. Be there for your girl once in your goddamn life.
I just must say it took me a minute. It doesn't start off so easily, but I am absolutely invested. I care about these characters. And this is also after I finished watching Insecure again. And I was like, I see some of these episodes being like, why couldn't we have these conversations like in like black female spaces? And it felt like, oh, we're hearkening back to Sex and the City in some of those scenes. And so it also got me thinking about the show. I'm excited to start what seems like the high point of the series, starting with season 3, because I trust Janie's opinion. I can't wait to see how John Corbett plays in this whole thing, because I don't know much about Aiden except that like he was the other option and they ruin him on it just like that when he comes back. So I'm excited to see what he's like, because I really loved him as Toni Collette's husband on United States of Terra. So I have a positive feeling towards Mr. Corbett.
Okay.
All right. Matt Steele,
yes.
What's been giving you moments, darling?
Just a little bit of cinema. I went to my AMC theater for the last time for several. I'm not going to be at that AMC that I'm literally at like 3 days a week during like Oscar season and everything. Like, I'm not going to spend my Oscar season when all the Oscar movies are coming out at that AMC. It's so freaky. I don't know how I'm going to handle it. But I went there and I saw a movie that was, I heard about like doing well in like film festivals and stuff like that. It is written and directed by a gay gentleman named James Sweeney, and it is a movie entitled Twinless. And it is
yes.
Okay, so I saw the trailer for it like probably like 2 months ago, and it's very clearly from the trailer about two guys, and they're in a support group for people who have lost a twin, like their twin has died and everything. And it's this one guy, James Sweeney, he's also acting in it. He's gay and he lost his twin. And then there's another guy named Roman, I believe, or the twin's name was Riley, I forget, something like that. And he also lost a twin, but he's straight and his twin was gay. And so these two meet at this support group and they become friends and everything. And so you watch the trailer and you're just like, oh, this is going to be like a really like sweet, interesting drama about like this friendship and these like guys who have like lost like their other half essentially.
Right.
And it's going to be like, you know, sweet in times, touching in times, sad in times, funny in times and everything. Let me fucking tell you, and I will not give any spoilers, but let me tell you, the movie probably 15 minutes in, because the first like 15 minutes, I'm like, oh, they're really zipping through this like setup for the plot and everything. But the first 15 minutes, you realize this movie is nothing like what I thought it would be from the trailer.
Wow.
I don't know what else to tell you, but it was so shocking. And I immediately sat up in my seat and I was like, oh, fuck. Like it becomes like off the rails crazy. Like,
should I watch it, or is it too scary for me?
It's not scary in the slightest. It's not scary.
Okay.
It's like funny. It's like a dark comedy essentially, as opposed to sort of like a sweet dramatic comedy like I thought it would be. It's like, oh no, this is a dark comedy because the plot twist it happens like right up top, but you're just like, holy fucking shit, what's going on? And you're trying to figure it out though. And you're sitting there and you're just like, is this really happening? I don't know, but like, okay, we're going with it. And let me tell you, the audience was very verbal in the theater. They were just like, what? Like they were going insane. So I encourage everyone to see it to find out what the actual plot of the movie is.
I know. I'm excited. I want to see it.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. And, you know, we love supporting our, like, gay writers / directors and everything. Like, very great performances. Yeah, it was definitely, like, a movie where I was just, like, that truly surprises you. And it's really fun.
I love that. Well, Matt, I think we did it. I think we successfully had our first remote bi-coastal podcast. Thank you so much for hopping on the day, basically, that you moved here and getting your setup so beautifully.
Because I'm fucking dedicated, and I can do 12,000 things in one day. Because what? I am a New Yorker now, okay? Dina, I am a New Yorker now.
I guess that's the case. And thank you guys so much for listening and or watching the podcast. We'll be back next week with more Two Gay Mats, the podcast.
Bye.
Bye.